This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, if there is a lavender colored cap, you know that it is EDTA anticoagulant, which is there, which is commonly used for common hematological investigations like whole blood, CBC, etc. So biochemical investigations, etc. You have different colors. So blue color, usually there is sodium citrate. Okay, most of the biochemical, when you want serum, it is red color. Okay, sodium citrate is usually for collection of whole blood. Green color, heparin is present in this thing as an anticoagulant. Again, this is meant for collection of whole blood or plasma. Gray color is meant for sodium fluoride. Okay, and it is mainly done for investigation of blood glucose levels. Okay. Now coming to the different investigations which are done in certain tests, certain diseases. Okay, common diseases, you should be knowing about them. Okay, so when you are investigating a case for diabetes, okay, so most common tests which are done is fasting blood glucose levels and postprandial blood glucose levels. Fasting, as I said, the patient should be fasting at least for 12 hours. Okay, 8 to 12 hours, that is the minimum period of fasting which is required for collection of this. Only after that you can collect this thing, so that you can get the fasting values. The normal range for fasting blood sugar levels is 70 to 110 milligrams per deciliter. For postprandial, that means 2 hours after the intake of food. Okay, that is called as postprandial. You ask him to record the time when he started eating. Okay, and then you have to take the blood after 2 hours. Okay, so the normal postprandial blood glucose level is 130 milligrams per deciliter. Okay, so urine glucose is done. Urine glucose, which test is done for detection of sugar? We do Benedict's test. Okay, again urine examination will be told to you in detail. Oral GTT is done, especially when there is a borderline diabetes. Okay, so you give a dose of high carbohydrate of glucose and see that whether he is going to have increased glucose levels at every half an hour. At least at peak will be usually at the end of 2 hours. Okay, urine ketone bodies. Ketone bodies, it is tested usually using the Rotheras test. Okay, Rotheras test is used. It's usually one of the complications for diabetes, that is diabetic ketoacidosis, for which you have to do. Okay, blood urea nitrogen, the normal levels is 7 to 21 milligrams per deciliter. Again, other supporting investigations like cholesterol, total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, etc. are also done. Okay, serum triglycerides, and another very important, especially in monitoring of the glucose levels. If the patient has been compliant, you may get the normal levels now, but you don't know whether over the period of time he has been maintaining blood glucose. Okay, so that is called as glycated hemoglobin, HbA1c. Okay, so this gives you this is a test usually for monitoring a 3-month average blood glucose level. Okay, so that is what is the use of this glycated hemoglobin. Okay, renal function tests. Renal function tests are mainly done again to see if a kidneys are functioning properly or no. Okay, so usually some disease of the kidney are going to severely affect the body. Okay, and they have to be investigated for. Okay, so we have diseases like glomerulonephritis. Okay, nephrotic syndrome. So these are some of the diseases. So again, which will be taught. Okay, so some of the tests which are done again here is urine examination. Here mainly again glucose is important here. So we can also do for proteins. Proteins is the most important test which indicates if proteinuria is there. For detection of the proteins, we do sulfur salicylic acid test, Hayes test, not Hayes test, Heller's test, and the heat coagulation test. These are the main tests which are done for urine proteins. Okay. We also have a test called SPAX albuminometer. Okay. So that is 24-hour urine protein is detected by that. Okay. So you can also do blood urea, serum creatinine, total proteins, albumin, globulin, quantitative estimation of urine proteins as I was saying, okay, using Sprax albuminometer, creatinine and urea clearance can be done. Specific gravity is estimated using an instrument called as urinometer. Okay, so you will be shown all these things when you come back. Okay, so there is a elongated instrument which is called urinometer where you have to spin. Okay, again details will be taken when we are dealing with specific urine examination. Okay, electrolytes in serum and urine ammonia and phenol sulfonaphthaline tests. Okay, so these are the common tests which are done for renal function. The most specific test for renal function is creatinine. Okay, so this is commonly asked as MCQ. One of the specific tests which is done for evaluation of renal function is serum creatinine. Okay, so that is one of the very important tests which is done. Apart from that, other tests can also be useful. Okay, so we also do acid-base status because kidney is one of the organs which maintains acid-base balance. Okay, phosphorus and calcium levels, so serum bicarbonate levels and blood gases. Okay, so these are some of the tests which are done for evaluating renal function, kidney function. Okay, now coming to liver function test. Liver function test. Okay, we all know liver is one of the organ which metabolizes most of the substances which are present in the body. Okay, so its function is detected mainly. Its main function is conjugation of bilirubin. Okay, so bilirubin production and conjugation. So estimation of bilirubin will give you indication of renal what is that, liver functions. Okay, so direct bilirubin, indirect bilirubin, that is direct is conjugated bilirubin, indirect is unconjugated bilirubin and total bilirubin levels. They're usually less than 1.5 to 2. Okay, so urine bile salts, bile pigments, urobilinogen can also be done. Enzymes which can be estimated are SGPT, SGOT, alkaline phosphatase, gamma glutamyl transferase. Okay, we can also estimate the plasma proteins as we had done in even renal functions like total albumin, globulin, Ag ratio. Liver is one of the common site for viral, what you can say, infection, what we call it as viral hepatitis. There are various hepatitis, viral hepatitis like hepatitis A, B, C, okay, D, E, okay. So these are the various hepatitis and those markers can be detected in the serum. The antibodies, the antigens can also be detected. Okay, various metabolic functions like copper metabolism etc. is also going on liver. So in abnormal function of the liver, these are altered. So copper metabolism occurs, so increased copper levels, alpha-1 antitrypsin levels, okay, iron, etc. And it's also one of the organ which produces coagulation proteins. Okay, so usually the external pathway which is there, which is usually maintained by proteins which are secreted by the liver. So usually prothrombin time, PT, okay, which is a test which is done to see the external pathway, extrinsic pathway. Okay, so that is usually assessed by using prothrombin time. So this can be one of the liver function tests as well. Okay, cardiac profile tests. We should know what are the causes for cardiac dysfunction like IHD, ischemic heart disease, myocardial infarction, etc. Okay, so specific tests which are done for damage of the cardiac muscles like CPK-MB. It's a enzyme which is called as CPK, creatinine phosphokinase. Okay, MB is a factor. Okay, it is a type of CPK. Okay, you also have SGOT. Liver function tests are usually specific marker is SGPT, whereas for cardiac it is SGOT. You also have LDH and cardiac troponins. Cardiac troponins is one of the very specific marker for myocardial, or you can say injury. The muscles of the myocardium when they are injured, they release these cardiac troponin. This is the most specific test. I'm telling you this because it is one of the MCQs which can be asked. The most specific test for detection of myocardial injury is cardiac troponin levels. So we also have various other diseases like hormone dysfunction or hormonal, what you can say, the increased levels of hormones or decreased levels of hormones, etc. So we have thyroid dysfunction, thyroid function tests are there. Okay, so that is one of the commonly done tests. So thyroid hormones, which are T3, T4, TSH. Okay, so these are done to evaluate the thyroid function. Similarly, you have tests to detect adrenal dysfunction, panylyl mandelic acid. Okay, similarly, you have growth hormone levels, etc. for detecting the pituitary dysfunction. Okay, so these are some of the tests which are done to detect the various abnormalities. Okay, so this is a very brief overview of what can be done for detecting various abnormalities. Okay, so each disease will be dealt to some extent in detail, okay, which will be taught in further subsequent classes. Okay, this is just to show you that how our blood chemistry can be altered in various diseases. Is that clear? So when H plus ions are increased, there is acidosis. When bicarbonate ions are increased, it is alkalosis. Okay, so that is again another thing. So other things also which you should be knowing are some sodium, potassium levels can also be altered. Okay, so that also can be detected by studying the plasma and the serum. Okay, so these are the various tests which can be done. Okay, so we'll stop here. Okay, so next class will be probably taken by me, or we'll just see. Are you people free on some other days also other than Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
Tuesday, Wednesday, are you people free?
Saturday, ma'am.
Saturday you are free, huh? What time?
12 to
Because
1.
maybe one Saturday you are free, sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Maybe Ganga madam wanted to take some classes because she was going on leave. So I'll tell her if she wants to take, she can take. You will be informed in the same group. Okay. Otherwise, Friday
Okay,
will
ma'am.
be your classes, your regular classes which will be taken for you. Okay.
Okay,
Any
ma'am.
doubts here? Any doubts for today's class?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This is a very basic, what you can say, class which I have taken, because I can't tell you more than this today because you're not yet started any of the other classes now. So basics have to be covered to you, and then we can further discuss upon that. Okay. So today we will stop here only and end the class today.
Okay,
How
ma'am.
is the attendance taken for you people? I mean, attendance is marked from this only, or it has been taken extra?
Taken, ma'am.
Huh?
Ma'am, Arya will take.
Yeah. So one of you can just mark your attendances. Okay, 54 students are there.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is the CR?
Me, ma'am.
Who? I mean, I'm not able to
Arya.
see.
Arya Sharma.
Okay, okay. You just note down the attendance of each one of them.
Yes, ma'am. Recording.
You're also recording, no?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Then should I end the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So we'll have next class next Friday. Okay, we'll just see what can be
Thank you,
taken.
ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.